So one of the things that we do here at the channel, and kind of my sign off, is to stay equipped and stay prepared, because that's one of the main things I want to do here, is help you guys to be equipped with the right tools and the right mindset for when stuff happens, because life is going to send stuff your way that maybe isn't the most comfortable or easy to deal with, and then to be prepared for it so you're not left out in the cold and wishing that you had a particular either piece of gear or just had a piece of knowledge that would have helped you better address an emergency situation or just an everyday situation. So in this video, I want to address with you the 8 essential gear items to never leave home without for your EDC system, which stands for everyday carry. It goes with you every day, every time you step out the door, regardless if you're going to a day out, you know, around the town, you're going to a night out with your girl, you're going to the office, or you're going for a multi-day backpacking, hiking, camping trip, whatever it may be. These are 8 essential gear items that I believe will help you to stay equipped and stay prepared so that when life hits the fan, that you'll be ready and have a leg up for that situation. So let's go ahead and take a look at these 8 essential gear pieces. Number 1, a headlamp. I never leave home without having some sort of hands-free illumination. Now, there are plenty of different stuff out there. This is an O-Light, H05, I believe is the model number. We will have links in the description below, right below this video, over to Amazon with all the items you're going to see today. So that's a great way to help support the channel and help us to continue to do what we do. So you don't necessarily have to worry and write down all this stuff. Just click the link, bam, it'll hyperlink you over to Amazon. But I love this O-Light, and it doesn't really matter whichever it may be. This is about 20 bucks, but I always make sure it's a very simple battery that it uses, either a AAA or a AA, because I want to make sure that if I had to replenish them and I had to go to a store, or, you know, God forbid, you know, the power went out, whatever it may be, that there are many of that type of battery easily accessible in homes as well as stores. So that's the one item that I always make sure I have to kick this off, is hands-free illumination. So you can work on cars, you can scramble up if you're hiking or camping, you can just have hands-free, you can cook if the power goes out, whatever it may be. Hands-free, simple battery-powered headlamps are the way to go in our first gear item. A lighter. There are so many things you can do with a lighter, and obviously the first and foremost is to start a fire. I don't smoke, and my wife doesn't smoke, but man, I always make sure I have some sort of a lighter. If you're into Zippos, Rock On. For me, it's just a simple mini Bic lighters are my favorite. High visibility colors, so I can't lose them. But man, I can start, you know, stoves. I can light fires. You know, if I needed to get, maybe the power goes out again and I need to light a fire in my fireplace, or I'm out camping, I always make sure I have one of these guys, because you never know when you might need to help start a fire or start some sort of fuel source so that you can cook or keep warm. Next up is a charging source. I love Anchor rechargeable batteries. This is an external source to charge up your phones, and I always make sure that I have a cable with me that's compatible with my phone. This will give me up to about 3 charges on my iPhone 6, and I love it. And I always make sure that I have it with me. There's lots of different sizes, lots of different power capabilities out there, but this gives you the ability to still stay mobile if your phone runs out of juice. Maybe you get stuck on the side of the road, maybe whatever the case may be, you don't have to try and find a plug source to try and plug it into the wall, and then you're tethered to that wall, or you have to leave it alone and you have to go somewhere. Bam, you can just plug this in, and it's small enough that it'll fit in your pocket along with your phone and keep it charged and be able to charge it multiple times. So I always make sure that I have an external charging source for my phone. Next up is a multi-tool with a good solid knife attached to it at minimum. I love multi-tools because they give you the capability that in a pretty small package, you can do a lot of different stuff, regardless if it's working on a broken down car, fixing something around the house, or just some sort of emergency situation, as well as just doing the necessities, particularly if you're stuck out in the woods or something like that. So just some examples of some of my favorites. The Leatherman Skeletool. I love this thing. We got a carabiner, bottle cap opener, pocket clip, plain edge blade, liner locked. And then we open this bad boy up. We got a good set of pliers, and we got reversible bits, both flathead and Phillips, and gives me a lot of capability. Particularly, I love the really quick deployment. I love carrying this around town of this knife. This is a newer one to my gear family, but so far I'm loving it. This is the Farmer from Swiss Army or Victorinox. I love this one because I can take it not only around town, but also out in the woods, and it gives me a lot of capability with an all 2 flatheads, a can opener, a bottle cap opener, a good solid blade, and a saw for woodworking and doing small, you know, notching and different things if I had to do triggers or traps and that type of thing. And it comes with an aluminum body, and it just feels a little bit better with the texture than, say, the plastic kind of slick bodied Swiss Army knives that are out there. So I'm really digging this one. One of my favorite heavy hitters, if you really are going to be using your tool a lot, is the Leatherman rebar. This has got everything you would need, from replaceable teeth, needle nose, cutters. You got blades, both serrated and non. You've got files, flatheads, awls, saws, can openers, Phillips heads. It goes on and on. Very tough, durable, heavy hitter of a multi-tool, and will get a lot of work done for you and still at a reasonable price and rather compact. Finally, if you like minimalist, I got the Leatherman Squirt. You still got some pliers that will do 12 gauge wire if need be. You got your little pair of scissors. You got some flatheads of different sizes, as well as a bottle cap opener, and you still get a little file, and you get about a 2-inch little blade. This will still get a lot of work done around the house or just out in your everyday life that you may run into different scenarios. This little guy can do a lot. So again, links below, particularly to those multi-tools if you're looking for those multi-tools. And you know, there's tons out there. These are just a few of my favorites. But I gotta say, these are absolutely essential to this 8-piece system. Super simple, but pen and paper, man. You know, if the power does go out for an extended period of time, and after that battery is all, you know, juiced out, and you still need to write down information, maybe contact info, leave notes for people. If you're at a location, you're leaving a location, taking down phone numbers, directions, whatever it may be, very, very important to have a good piece of paper, pad, and pen. This is a write in the rain pad. This means that you can soak this thing and it'll still keep whatever you have written on it, and you can still write on it after it's been soaked out in the rain, submerged, whatever it may be. So I love these, and these will go very inexpensively. Again, links below, but I love write in the rain notebooks for this system. Next up, cash. Never leave home without a minimum of a $20 bill, if not a $40 bill. And around the world, whatever would be probably pretty comparable to that, I say between $20 and $40 that you just never touch unless it's an emergency. Think of if your cars get, you know, closed out because of fraudulent activity, the power goes out, and you really need to, you know, maybe get a particular food item, emergency, you know, health item, whatever it may be, and there's someone there and they're willing to take cash, but they just can't run cards at the moment. Cash is a huge thing. Or you get run up against something that just doesn't take card. It's so good to have a minimum of 20 and better to have 40 and just never use it, never touch it, unless it's one of those kind of emergency situations in this 8-piece gear system. Sorry. Water bottle. Have a good water bottle on hand that's been topped off. It's just so key, so important. You never know when the next point is that you're going to be able to stay hydrated and get, you know, to a water fountain, a bottled water, whatever it may be. And so to have good water on you at all times is very important. So have a good solid water bottle with you. Have it topped off, you know, so that regardless if you have to jet out real quick, maybe your car breaks down, you're in a hot location, it's midsummer, or, you know, the middle of winter and you have to spend the night because your car broke down, to have those fluids can possibly mean the difference between life and death. So have a good water bottle and make sure it's topped off. Final piece of the puzzle, medical kit. You don't know how many times I bust this little guy out. It's in a waterproof Ziploc bag. I usually carry it in a secondary little ultralight pouch that has a nice red paracord piece on it, so I can grab it real fast, and it's kind of an indicator, and I can carry a few more items than this bag can carry. But the concept is that you have a lot of different material in here, from painkillers to anti-inflammatories like Benadryl and that type of thing, as well as many different types of not only band-aids, but bandages will be essential. I have some tweezers in here. I've got a lot of different things, even blood clotting material, lots of stuff for a lot of different issues, Neosporin, all of that, burn ointment, so that when that problem will occur again, and particularly if it has to do with health, if you are on medication or you have a loved one that you see regularly that is on medication, you know, maybe a child, something like that, throw that in here, have a couple spare, so that when that emergency situation does hit, because again, it will, you at least have something to help with some minor wounds and treatment in that type of way. Or for me, usually it's like, man, I just have a, you know, splitting headache or something, and oh crap, I'm out of Tylenol and I'm out driving somewhere, and either I have to try and find someone that has it, pay, you know, out the nose at like a little pharmacy or something like that, versus just always making sure that I have what I need on me at all times. Well, folks, there you have it. I want to thank you so much for coming over here and joining me today. I really hope that this has helped you out. Again, regardless if you're a gear nut, EDC, outdoor enthusiast, or you're just an average Joe that wants to be a little bit more prepared and is looking for some good tips on how to be prepared and those essential items to never leave home without. This is my list. I hope it's helped you guys out. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Any questions that you may have, I'll try and answer in the comments below. Check us out on all the relevant social media. That's a great way to see what's up and coming. We're always posting new videos here with all kinds of different content, from gear reviews to concept videos like this, to help you guys to always stay equipped and stay prepared. And we'll see you guys out there.